Hello everyone, Ethersong here, and I'm back with another Blue Protocol video. In today's video, I'm going to be covering some tips about useful features in Blue Protocol to know about before you play. The first thing you should know about when starting the game is not to worry about your starting class. A single character can play all classes, so you can always switch to another class if you feel like it. All you have to do to switch classes is equip a weapon of another class while in a main city. The easiest way to get starting weapons for other classes is from the weapon shop. Buying one weapon of each class will allow you to switch to other classes as you please. A great feature about Blue Protocol is that it offers nearly infinite storage without needing to pay for convenience. Materials you collect from enemies and gathering automatically get sent back to your storage in town. This means that items won't clog up your inventory and you barely need to think about it. When I was playing the network test, I never had to manage my inventory once, and it felt great. One thing I would like to add, however, is that certain items are meant to be sold for a high amount of Luno, the in-game currency. Since these items are automatically sent back to your storage, don't forget to occasionally check to see if you have any of these items stored up. You can sell them for some quick cash. Items can be sold by going to your storage in town and clicking the Sell tab. Another feature about Blue Protocol I really enjoy is how clothing and stats have been separated. Many games end up having some sort of wardrobe or transmog mechanic to try to make this happen, but Blue Protocol has really simplified the process. You can wear whatever you think looks best without worrying about how it will affect your character's stats. Blue Protocol looks to offer a wide variety of clothing and accessories, so feel free to mix and match them to your liking. Cosmetic options are looking like one area of monetization, but even without spending money, there is a special vendor in the game that accepts a currency called Glory Coins. That vendor offers a lot of clothing options along with other items, so be sure to look for them when you start out the game. If you see a piece of clothing you like, you can complete achievements to get Glory Coins to spend at the vendor. Your character will have the cat ears you wanted in no time. As I said, clothing doesn't affect stats, so what does? In Blue Protocol, there are three main types of items that affect your stats. First is your weapon, next is your Battle Imagine, also called Mystical Echoes, and finally is your Enhance Imagine. Your weapon is rather straightforward, so let me explain the Battle Imagine and Enhance Imagine. Battle Imagine are a special type of equipment that allow you to activate them to use a monster's skill to aid you in battle. Some Battle Imagine damage enemies, some give buffs, and others heal. You can have up to 2 Battle Imagine equipped, so you can choose ones to help round out your build. In addition to being able to use Battle Imagine in battle, these equipment also have stats on them. Apart from Battle Imagine, you can also equip up to 5 items called Enhance Imagine. These cannot be activated and act like your main source of stats for your character. You could think of these as something like armor from traditional games, just without them affecting your appearance. The stats from your weapon, Battle Imagine, and Enhance Imagine come together to affect your character's overall battle score. Your battle score is an indicator of your current power level, and having higher level equipment will increase your battle score further. Increasing your battle score is important because many story quests and dungeons require you to have a certain battle score to continue. Another thing I would like to note here is that the game offers a level sync mechanic for equipment. If you ever choose to switch to a lower level class, your higher level equipment can still be equipped, and they will automatically be scaled down to your current level. You may be wondering, what is the best way to get new equipment? The answer is crafting. Blue Protocol's main game loop is built around players gathering materials to be able to craft new and better equipment. Indeed, apart from occasional rare drops, most enemies don't drop weapons or Battle Imagine at all, so you'll need to craft these items yourself. Crafting, however, is fairly simple. You don't need any crafting profession or anything. All you need to do is visit the crafting station or the Imagine Research Institute to craft new equipment. The crafting station allows you to craft weapons and consumable items, and the Imagine Research Institute allows you to craft Battle Imagine and Enhance Imagine. To make gathering the needed materials easier to track, I recommend using the wish list feature. When looking at a crafting recipe, click the wish list button to track what items you need to craft it as a list on the screen. You now know what items affect your stats and how to make these items, so you might be wondering next, how do I unlock new crafting recipes? The answer is through raising your adventurer rank and completing adventurer boards. Adventurer rank marks your skill as an adventurer. Adventurer boards are something like a list of tasks that can be completed to receive rewards. Some tasks must be done in order, and the board can be completed by reaching the end of it. There are specific adventurer boards designated to raise your adventurer rank. By completing one of these boards, you become eligible to participate in a rank up exam. It is something like a mini combat trial, and by completing it, you can raise your adventurer rank. Raising your adventurer rank allows more quests and new crafting recipes to become available, so always be trying to raise your adventurer rank. Adventurer boards are not adventurer rank specific. There are a wide variety of boards and can be obtained through questing and playing the game. Completing boards offers a wide variety of rewards, including experience, crafting materials, and new crafting recipes, so always be on the lookout for opportunities to obtain new adventurer boards. Next up, Blue Protocol has two unique combat systems that are important to understand. The first is the Elemental Burst system. In Blue Protocol, weapons and skills can apply elemental damage to enemies. If you have an elemental weapon, skills you use that don't already deal elemental damage will now deal elemental damage based on your weapon. By dealing elemental damage to enemies, an elemental gauge will begin to build up. The element displayed in this gauge is the elemental type that has increased the gauge the most so far. There are 3 breakpoints along the gauge referred to as level 1, 2, and 3. When reaching the level 1 and 2 breakpoints, the enemy will get an elemental status condition based on the current element that has been applied the most. Each element has a different status effect. When the level 3 elemental buildup breakpoint is reached, a powerful effect called an elemental burst will occur. The effects of an elemental burst once again depend on the element triggering it. This causes a new gauge to appear with 5 levels. During this elemental burst, elemental damage will further increase the new gauge. Increasing the elemental burst gauge will increase the amount of damage done by an elemental finish when the elemental burst ends. If you are looking for more information about elemental bursts, I have also made a video that covers this system in more detail. Moving on, the party chain is another important feature to Blue Protocol combat. When you or a party member damage an enemy, a party chain will begin as seen in the top left corner. Subsequent attacks done within a set amount of time refresh the chain and keep the combo going. At set intervals while raising the party chain, your party will receive random buffs. In addition, the higher your party chain goes, the more damage your party deals. This means that multi-hit skills can be useful for raising this chain. Apart from elemental bursts and the party chain, there are also some small mechanics to combat to take note of. The first is the enemy step jump mechanic. Players can jump on enemies to activate an enemy step jump. Melee classes can follow this up with a powerful assault attack from the air, while ranged classes can use the step jump to distance themselves from foes. Beyond this, the game also has a dodge mechanic. This allows you to avoid attacks. Dodges can be followed up with dodge attacks. In addition, if you dodge at the right moment, you can activate a perfect dodge. Perfect dodges grant additional damage to your dodge attacks. Moving on, I would like to talk about the advantages of being in a party. One main advantage is the ability to build up a party chain like I had discussed earlier. But apart from that, there are also many other benefits. For one, if a nearby party member kills a foe, you can get experience and drops even if you didn't directly attack that enemy. Thus, by grouping up, you can take down monsters faster, which leads to more experience, more drops, and completing quests faster. And that covers my beginner tips for Blue Protocol. If you are interested in the game, be sure to check out my other videos as well. I regularly post videos about Blue Protocol news, discussions, and gameplay. In addition, I do live translations of the Japanese developers' live streams for the game. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and I hope to see you later!